Make the most of your organic gardening experience with the world's first self-growing planter. All you do is add soil, seeds, or plants, and walk away for the rest of the year. Our planters will germinate your seeds and grow your plants. Torpedo Pot's microbial organic growing process is designed to give plants incredible texture, refreshing scent, beautiful colors, and delightful flavors. Torpedo Pot is fully automated and uses over 95% less water to grow a lot more nutritious food. Check out our website, www.torpedopot.com, and order yours today.
There was passengers on a EasyJet flight from London Gatwick Airport. They was going to Malaga, which is in Spain. And the passengers actually stepped up and prevented two brothers from being removed from the flight last week. Now, they wanted to remove the brothers because they told them to put on their shoes before the plane took off. Now, allegedly, they claim they huffed about it or whatever, like that. Okay. People may react that way sometimes, thinking, why in the world I got to put on shoes now? Really? Okay. Well, this flight attendant acting like a Karen, obviously. So you know what? I'm going to call the police. Now, they didn't say they didn't want to do it. They just made that response. But so they ended up calling the police on board, the plane. But I want you to watch how the passengers responded when they noticed all this is going on. Let's go ahead and roll that clip.
Has returned to its gate due to passenger welfare issues.
I mean, normally we have people crashing and stuff when we especially after all the drama. There is two times.
We're going to get Greenpeace in here.
Do you want to swap? Do you want to play your next? And I'm going to go on holiday. It'll probably fit.
I tell you what, mate. You're probably going to get off this plane a lot sooner than we do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I still wish it was the other way around.
However, let me speak to him. Let me speak to him. This is my
It's the general response is literally the whole plane is like.
No, don't do that. Don't get off. Don't get off. Sit down. Don't get off. No, they shouldn't. What have they
Dominic's the other way around. Sorting out, EasyJet is sorting out. They're coming up though, yeah. Well, there's no need for me to interfere because there's no problem.
I'm just conscious that we need to get this plane moving so the others all back here up the distance.
They've got to come off. They have got to come off.
All of them, they said.
I know it's not. It's the captain's decision.
Yeah, film it. And film back those stewards up the front.
The problem is I let them have the conversation with them. I don't know what they've now agreed or what they're now saying. So, and as I said, I've already explained to these people as well that we're just here to support their decision.
So as you see, the passengers stood up and say, no, sit down. It ain't no big deal. That man needs to stay on the plane. They say the police even reported saying that they were, told that there was a breach of the peace and escorted him off the plane. But as soon as the man was asked to leave and he attempted to, everyone said, no, sit back down. And he said there was no need for me to interfere because there was no problem. Now, that's what the police said. in the report. So this is the thing. I receive a lot of emails at times, or Facebook messages, DMs from different, white people that watch the show. Yes, white people actually do watch the show. They do. What you need to understand about white people, they want to hear the truth, no matter where it comes from. They don't care what color or whatever. They're not like some of you black people. Yes, I'm going to say some of you black people. Because if you don't want to watch everything, you only want to keep it to one thing. I watch everything. It don't matter where it comes from, because some things that's being talked about maybe on Al Jazeera that's being talked about us that would never come out, or it may be talked about on the BBC, or maybe talked about on whatever platform, right? That's not ran by us. So it's my job to listen to everything, and a lot of white people like to do that. So I have gotten email that said that, well, Philip, I like your show. And I'm from, South Africa. Sometimes you get some white people from South Africa message me, or from America, Canada, the UK, just different places, the Netherlands, Norway, different places. And they asked me, one question. They say, what can I do to make things better? I don't like the racism. I see where the world is going, and it'll be better to be on the right side of history, with this thing. So what I would say to white people that's writing me and all of that, I appreciate your messages. What you need to do is an example of what you saw in this video. When you see something going on, you get in front of it. You step up. You say something, okay? Because as of right now, you still hold a certain amount of privilege. So when you step to the police, they're not going to respond to you versus if that brother would have stepped to the police, telling them like all I did was this, it would have been a problem. Understand? When you go to jury duty, listen to those cases. Sometimes you even know those cases are BS. Step in and do the right thing in the jury pool. When it comes to voting, when you see gerrymandering going on, when you see certain wrong things are happening, when black people aren't around, you step up and say, wait a minute, this isn't right. At these city council meetings that maybe black people are not at, school board meetings, or whatever it may be, you see that, okay, this is obviously wrong and they're actually targeting these people. You step up in those places when sometimes we're not around. Call out your family members that's doing certain things too when we're not around. I always tell people this. It's not what you say in front of people, it's what you do when nobody's looking. That relates to your character, correct? So do that for those of you who wrote me. Now, because of those people stood up, those brothers got to stay on the plane. They got to go on to Spain where they was trying to go. And that's the way it should be. It was no issues, no problem. Now, that whole flight crew got replaced by EasyJet. Now, EasyJet came out and say, well, we replaced them because it was over their hours. They worked a lot of long hours, whatever the case may be. They say they don't allow discrimination or whatever. But I'm telling you, if those brothers would have said something, they would have got took off that plane. But because of all the white passengers said, no, sit down. You're going to go on your destination. And the one woman talking to the police said, look, these dudes ain't doing nothing. They just, you know what I'm saying? That's why it ended up the way it ended up. Because let me tell y'all something, ladies and gentlemen that watch. We're about learning and growing. And I've always said it's good and bad in all groups. It always have been, good and bad. So if you want to be a good person and want to make some change and you got questions, I'll try to answer those questions as much as possible. I'm not perfect in some of my responses, but I'll try to get you at least on the right direction or put you towards someone that understands. Okay. So, EasyJet made the proper response to it. But I don't know, some of you brothers and sisters will be flying them in the future. I don't know. But just keep an eye out for them. But leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about this particular story. Make sure your first time coming, subscribe. That way you know exactly when we're going to post another commentary.
250 years of slavery, 100 years of Jim Crow, sharecropping, the Ku Klux Klan, lynchings, bombings, mass incarceration, the separation and destruction of the black family. All of that has had an effect on our mind. Our mind needs to be decolonized. We today are experiencing mental slavery, not physical slavery as once our ancestors had to endure. In my book, 7 Steps to Decolonize the Mind, we take you through every step to start releasing the chains that's on your mind. He or she who controls the mind control the person. It is in a vested interest of the white supremacist system to keep your mind bogged down in a mental slavery, throwing entertainment, throwing drugs, throwing alcohol, anything they can at you to keep you bogged down. You got to free yourself from mental slavery by purchasing our book, 7 Steps to Decolonize the Mind, today on Amazon. Make sure you share it with your family, share it with your friends. Everyone can benefit from decolonizing the mind, because once your mind is decolonized, you will never be put to sleep again.